Down the beach we go. I'm gonna go all the way down to Corn Beach, just to see. At this point, we're essentially just going around the map and seeing what Korok seeds / shrines I can find by trying to, like, organically search chunks of map we haven't seen. And it'll hopefully give us a chance to just see the sights of the landscapes we have managed to see everything around, but not specifically them, which one of the big candidates is definitely boundaries of the map. I definitely haven't spent around a lot of time near the boundaries of the map, so that stuff's all new for me. Oh, this sounds like a fun opportunity. Ballard. Mining via bombs. That's like the coolest idea. That's great. You're the valuable one. There's an opal. And there's a topaz. There's a flint. Oh. Some rock salt over there. Oh. So is that the downside? Oh, wait, stuff flies everywhere, though. A little hard to say for sure. It could be that the process of doing that leads to some of the resources being destroyed in the process. Maybe. Either way, didn't really want to climb all the way up there, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, basically I want to spend some time in every chunk of map we haven't visited yet, just to see if any sort of cool reveal shows up along the way. Or anything like that. Any shrines I haven't found yet, or any Korok seeds. And, or weird surprises, like how this game has entire zones that have a cool gimmick, like that shadow area, or the Korok forest. I mean, that's not what it's called at all. The Shaded Woods? I can't think of the... No, Shaded Woods is from Dark Souls. Not Kakariko. Kokori Forest? I'm bad at remembering these things. Let's just set it straight so I can stop thinking about it. Korok... It is called the Korok Forest. What's the first part called? Lost Woods. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. Ding. I want to see if there's any more surprises like that with the mazes. I want to find every shrine. And I want to get some Korok seeds! But mostly I just want to feel like I've been everywhere before I close the book on this game. What's a nice, happy island adventure area? Not island, but like these coastal developments of horrible monsters that attack you look so serene until you approach them and you see how not serene they are, basically. Okay, you guys are never friendly anymore. You are always bad guys now. What's the deal with that, huh? What's the deal with that? Speaking of which, let's use this already. Let's just destroy the sword already. I've been hoarding it for far too long. What the hell am I gonna do with it, frankly? It is the coolest weapon ever, but I just need to get over the whole durability thing. I'm gonna run out of game at some point and be like, why did I hold on to these things? Oh, look at the sheath. That's a cool detail. It's got this giant sheath. Like, look how huge it is compared to the sword. It's so wide. Huh. You're also not real. There's so many fake chests around here. It's almost like we're in Southern California. That would make sense? Does that joke make sense? Not exactly expecting a lot from the beaches, I'll admit. But I'm open for a surprise. And, it's just because it's a boundary of the map, it's the places I've been least likely to explore until now. So it's the places I've been neglecting. And exploring the northern border is how I found that really cool spot where there was the crazy underground, like... There was like an underground, like, mega skeleton that had a shrine hiding under it. And it was this entire shrine, this entire cave, that exclusively existed just to have one giant skeleton in it and a shrine. A lot of pomp and circumstance for a shrine. You guys, I'm gonna kill you with the sword of there we go. Killing you with the sword of somebody that's a higher ranking member of your own group. Take that.
Urbosa's fury is ready.
Urbosa's fury is ready. Well, they better not throw any mid-bosses at me, or they're gonna go down fast again. This game definitely gives you a successful feeling that you've, oh god, don't do that. It successfully gives you the idea that you have now conquered the game's world. Not only are the 4 powers that you get pretty effective, you get a super block, you get a super jump for gliding, you get a super AoE attack, and then you have a resurrection from death. Not only are all of those things combining to be really effective... Hang on a second. Oh, that was satisfying. That was satisfying. Hello. But not only do you get all that, but you get all these hearts, and you get all this new gear, and it's just... There's a very real and noticeable... wow, it's already about to break. It was not going to last long. There's a very real sense of progress. Because I'll remind you that my very first episode, I encountered my first blue bokoblin immediately. In the very, very first episode. And I was, like, struggling to fight correctly, because I was dealing with the fact that I was dealing with the crappy Switch controllers that you get when you don't have the Pro one yet. Man, the Pro one is so much better. And he was one-shotting me, and I was brand new with the combat system, and I was like, I didn't know what to do about it, and I didn't have bombs or any of the tricks I do to leave combat most of the time nowadays. I just had a weapon, and the weapon itself was something I just picked up somewhere. It was probably like a stick, and then I tried to upgrade to other stuff as we went. And I was so bottom level. Like, I had no tricks, I had no special ways of fighting them, I had no resources, and I had no hearts, and I would die in one hit because he was a blue bokoblin, so he could one-shot me. Because he did exactly 3 hearts of damage. I think it was mostly because of his weapon, too, actually. Because he had a weapon that was more dangerous than anything we had seen up until that point, which was not saying much because it's the first episode, but it was like a spiked... like a big old spiked club where everyone else was practically fighting with sticks. And I kept at it, I believe, for the entire first episode once I found him. I was like, no, we're gonna try this again and again until I get it right. And I eventually just barely scraped by, while still trying to use, like, learn and use all these new mechanics of how the game generally feels, having not played this game before, or any Zelda game before. And that was my victory of the first episode. And that kind of kept going. Episode after episode, I would make one kind of progress or another that all felt organic and satisfying, where you get some more hearts, you get some more, you learn more about cooking, you get a weird giant horse, you fill in another chunk of the map. Like, there's so many things in this game that are just organically satisfying in a way that doing tasks on a map is often not satisfying. Just giving the player a map and saying go do stuff is not enough. The Assassin's Creed games have long since worn thin for a lot of people, and for me in particular, but a lot of people disagree, for me in particular, Horizon Zero Dawn wasn't a particularly compelling, like, map of tasks to do. I think Horizon Zero Dawn has a cool, like, universe, and some cool ideas with the dinosaur fighting and everything, but the open world element itself wasn't always something that I was, like, super impressed by, and I was mostly just using it, I was mostly just getting through it to go to the next story beat and stuff like that, or the next quest explanation and stuff like that. So I believe we've made it to where I'd been before. Yep. Ta-da, I did it. Let's go on back then. Oops. Where's my icon? Oh, it was playing for... It just played from the beginning and showed me run from the starting area to that one guy that kicked my ass by that skull like I was just talking about. That's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, all these victories happened, and just exploring a map and progressing your character and just doing tasks on a map is not inherently satisfying, which is something that is, I think, shown more than anywhere else by the fact that this entire Zelda series has been almost one-to-one. It's been being played almost one-to-one in episode count, parallel to Mass Effect Andromeda, a game that, frankly, looks bad at any time, but especially compared to being a game that's released alongside the likes of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn and Prey and a number of other fantastic releases this year that put that game to shame in so many ways. But I've been just going around the map and doing tasks in Andromeda, and that game is great at showing you how you can do that so poorly and unsatisfyingly, and how it can all just feel hollow and time-wasty and just horribly, horribly flat and lacking in feeling. And it doesn't even have to do with a amount of story content, because Zelda has very, 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 very little story. There's tiny micro stories happening in each of those memories, and there is one clear narrative going on with each of the 4 beasts, and that's like it. The vast majority of my experience playing this game has not been a story-driven experience, so it's not even story that makes a game fall flat or not, but just the gameplay and the exploration has to feel like you're actually exploring. And Mass Effect, a game about exploring another galaxy, never really feels like you're exploring, and that actually says a lot. You've returned. You have rupees for me, right? Hand them over, quickly. In order for me to regain my power, I'll need 10,000 rupees. Thank you. You are too kind. The power... it's overflowing. Well, hello there. I am the great Earth Fairy, Terra. I am the oldest of the 4 sisters. I have been watching your activities from inside my butt all this time. And haven't you been busy swinging that sword around, adventuring? I'm not just making wild assumptions, you know. I truly do see all. I'll prove it right now. I'll predict what you are thinking right at this moment. Is that you're beautiful? Is it gonna be like that self-serving compliment or something? You're probably thinking, can't we just skip to the part where she enhances my clothing, right? Oh, that's not what I thought that she would go with. Looks like I hit the mark, huh? What an impatient person. Why don't you show me the clothing you want to have enhanced? Depending on what materials you have on hand, this is just okay. We can be enhanced to the max. Look at all that stuff. Look at all that stuff I can enhance right now. So you're rank 3 already, you're rank 3. You're not. I need Hinox's guts? Oh. Dang it. I also am gonna run out of freaking Lionel guts too. Alright. Well, this is just Amber and Flint. Let's do that. How powerful are you gonna be now? Whoa, it's plus 10? That's crazy. That's significantly more powerful. All done. Yep, looks enhanced to me. Oh boy, that was an escalation too of like just... we had like a tap and then a kiss. Or... I'm not trying to remember what some of the different ones were. There's definitely like the third star was one of those like zoom in like kiss moments. I guess they start off as 1 star, don't they? I think they start off as 1 star. So I guess if you upgrade it to 2 stars, then that was the one where I think they kiss their lip. They touch their lips, then touch you. Then they kiss you for the 3rd star, and then for the 4th star is the implied off-screen stuff happening. The Radiant set. Did I upgrade any of these yet? Oh, they don't start off with 1 star. Because that one doesn't have it yet. So I was wrong about that much. Still, that's sure. Let's see if how far I can go with some of this set. I have a bunch of Moblin stuff now. So that was when you go from 1 star to 2. So what was the 1st star? I don't remember. Oh, and you blow a kiss. So it blows a kiss, then there's the touching, then there's the straight up, like, I'm kissing you with lips that are the size of your entire body. Yeah. And that's someone's fetish. And then there's the, you go into the pod and, ooh, what's implied here? The chest then requires Molduga guts. Whoa. That's not a super common resource. Although admittedly, as things went on, Molduga appeared to be way more common than I thought. I thought that, at first I thought that one quest was like a unique encounter. Then Molduga just kind of kept happening everywhere. I'm like, oh, these were here all the time? Maybe they just weren't coming out because of the, ooh, Lionel Guts is next. I have to pick one. Dang, you have to kill a lot of Lionels if you want to upgrade some of these sets then. Oh. What's the set do, I wonder? Let's see if I can get the set bonus. Don't you need rank 3 for sets? I'll see if she talks about it again. This whole interface could definitely be faster. I think I've talked about it before, but it's definitely a trend I've noticed with Nintendo and a lot of Japanese games, is the idea of, like, having a menu for upgrades that is itself an NPC who is talking to you via dialogue that you sort of pace your way through and stuff like that. Oh, I'm running out of Luminous Stone now. I'm not gonna even have I'm not even gonna have enough to make them all hit rank 3. Luminous Stone of all things is what I'm running out of? I guess when you ask for that much per upgrade, yeah, it becomes an issue. I just felt that I had more than enough of that stuff. And I didn't. Well. That's all we're getting for now. So you just require ancient screws and stuff? I might as well upgrade that, right? That requires diamonds, that's a bit much. Let's upgrade my ridiculous tower helm. Dun 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 dun. The costs definitely go up fast. We're at 15 and 10 now. Now look at you. 18 defense helm that has guardian resistance. So I may want to use that when fighting guardians and then go to the earrings when fighting anything else, because it does have, they do have 10 more defense. Oh, this would actually go up to 28 defense. Wow, that would actually undo the value of the earrings entirely, because all they do is have 28 defense, but this would have 28 defense while looking hilarious and also making you have guardian resistance. That's pretty interesting, but it would require large amounts of very rare resources that I don't get much, which is star fragments and giant ancient cores. The question, of course, being, though, how often am I going to use those after all? Oh, fireproof lizards. First of all, you're using lizards to upgrade your gear? That's slightly terrifying. But we're definitely going to run out of that stuff pretty quickly. Barbarian set. They both been upgraded once. I definitely have more hooves and horns now. Could give that a shot. Is there another one? There is another one. The pants. Pants are also rank 1. Is there anything I should specifically prioritize? Maybe this chest piece? Or sheer armor? I do want to have a very high armor option if I can. So let's go for the soldier's armor. Link! Link! How are you screaming underwater, Link? How does that work? Link, help me, Link. Ganon's growing powerful and something something, Link. The blood moon rises in her pants, Link. Alright, so that's maxed out now. Boom, 28 armor there too. I don't know how earrings and a giant suit of armor have the same armor. Partly because one's earrings and one's armor, but maybe it's magic, but also like that's a headpiece and that's a chest piece, and you think that would be a big, I don't know. It's weird thinking that it's unusual for a game to give equal defense priority to each slot of armor you have. You expect certain parts to have overall better contribution, and like it varies based on the slot or something. I mean, that's the priority stuff, so from here on out, I guess we're just gonna spam upgrades for a bit. Let's do the barbarian. I guess based on the earrings and chest piece, I should probably do barbarian legs if I want to have that as being an option I can sub in with the other ones. That's the rare conclusion of the set, so if I want to have better offensive capabilities while also having better defense, then this is probably the combination to go with. I bet I can't upgrade it again. Nope. That stuff gets expensive fast. Alright, well that was the major stuff. This is really time consuming, so I'm going to go ahead and off-camera spam through some of these basic upgrades just because it's very, very slow. Well, hello there. I thought I'd pay another visit to this place. I think it's the only star on the entire map that I had placed anywhere. I think I had successfully followed up on every loose end on the entire map, period. I think. I mean, we'll know sooner or later, because there's only so many more to look for, but I think that was the only star I'd manually placed and I just had to give up on it. I tried multiple times to find this damn place. And then I see this. Just on this ledge, there's just a freaking series of torches. So I bet this leads exactly where I want it to go. Come on. Oh, it's gonna be through the ice, isn't it? That's not ideal. Okay, well I can minimize the time it takes to get across. If I put on the entire coal... Yep. Swim dash of stamina up. Probably gonna want to eat something too. Going for it. Wow, I have actually haven't taken ice damage yet, surprisingly. There we go, safely. Then it changed back into another set of stuff. Let's see, the cold set. Unfreezable. Oh, well that would have helped. Didn't know about that. We should check sets. So I basically just spent all of my upgrades that I could, with some exceptions. I haven't been upgrading my upgrading my jewelry anymore, because in most cases the jewelry is stuff where I think I'd rather use the actual set that it normally comes with instead, perhaps. Do you have a set? You're rank 2. Hylian set is all rank 3 or more. No bonus. Let's see here. Snow Cool set. The helm's not rank 3 yet. Desert Vow. The headband is not rank 3 yet, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these have like one frustrating exception in the group. I'm not quite there. But if anything else is... Oops, stealth set? Night speed up. What? Do you just go faster when it's nighttime, I guess? That's kind of a neat detail. Sure. The radiant thing just needs the mask. Ah, it's frustrating. Yeah, that's all I've really got, unfortunately. Working on it. That's not worth it for some ice things. Ow. There we go. And there's the shrine. Haha. The set bonus stuff is a fun idea, but yeah, you do need a fair amount of farming. I'm never really a big fan of farming, but it's obviously not mandatory for progressing, so it just gives you stuff to do with all the other different items. And that is a relatively graceful system in that all the items you get in this game can be used for multiple things. Steady thy heart, Maka Shrine. I like that everything has multiple uses specifically. There's items that specifically are useful for... Let's go back to the armor set while we're in here. There's basically almost every item is useful for either cooking or crafting, and usually both. Or not crafting, but upgrades, I mean. You can upgrade your equipment, and you can... So I need to light torches around here. Was there a torch in the room? Oh. Was it called Steady Thy Hand? Steady Thy Heart. I wonder if it has if it's at all reference to the idea of having to shoot a straight arrow through something that's on fire. Wait, can I just do this without shooting? Oh yeah, I don't even have to shoot. Interesting. It's even staying on fire, weirdly. Okay. Just need to carefully sneak through here, it looks like. But yeah, I'm a fan of the fact that the resources you get from all the different kills, like they drop this series of items on the floor that can be used for elixirs and edible items and buff items, and also to upgrade your equipment itself. Uh-oh. 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 Everyone clear? We're clear. It's good to make most things have multiple uses, because that increases the chance that when you defeat a thing, the stuff that comes out of them will be something useful to you. A lot of RPGs have a trap of sorts where your character specializes in one thing or another, and then the items that get dropped by enemies are often only useful for specific builds, and that makes it just not interesting. It just makes you not care about loot, basically. That's been happening a lot in Andromeda, where like I have a specific specialty for my character, and the only gear that's good for that set is something I just craft myself. So I just never care about loot ever. I loot out of habit, and it eventually builds up to this background detail of like something useful is happening eventually, because I'll eventually have like an X amount of stuff, and then that I eventually need for something. But generally speaking, is that going to stop, or the torch is going through the ceiling? That left torch kind of looks like it might be clipping through the ceiling. I'm not sure. But I played the entire game just using N7 armor because it helps the specific stuff I wanted to help with biotics and shields and stuff like that. And then I just upgrade it, and that's it. So like I've replaced / upgraded my That wasn't nice. I've gone through with upgrading my stuff like twice ever, which is a bummer. In this game, I make progress all the time, and it's neat. I think that's why it's called Steady Thy Heart. It's 'cause the level's gonna give you a freaking heart attack. I don't know if I'm gonna use this or not, but I'm gonna hold on to it because it already hurt me once, so I'm just gonna do what I can with it. Boom. There's a trap to making everything useful, though. If everything is useful all the time, then nothing is ever not useful. Then it kind of defeats the purpose of having different items in the first place, potentially. You gonna stay put this time? Okay. So I want that chest. It's an ancient core! Wow. I started saying that before it actually showed up, and it was right. I just guessed. Nope. 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 No! Nope! Oh, there's more coming now? Yeah, there is. Jeez. Just brutal. I was gonna use the other one to repel the one that was coming in, but I wasn't ready in time. The hope is that if I'm holding on to this thing and doesn't spawn a new one, maybe? Ow. I meant to squeeze by, it didn't quite work. Bye. You done dropping new ones now? Alright. And... oh, I'm still missing a chest? Where? It's usually not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and head out. Another one is mine. It's nice to have this particular thorn out of my paw. Just this background detail, like what, where, how do I get that one? And I kept getting sidetracked and doing other things instead. But now we know. And there are 10 shrines remaining.